This is how we took over 100,000 people from $100 in their sports betting bankroll to over $100,000 using the PlayerProps.ai app and strict bankroll management. Now, if you don't believe me, let's just take a look back to one of the many steps along the way to this great financial success story. Check it out. Hey guys, it's me, Travis, with PlayerProps.ai, and this is what we're locking in today. Wednesday, day 49? I don't think it's 50 yet. I think today's 49 of our $100,000 to $100,000 challenge that we're still going strong with, and we're not giving up. We're going to continue to pound away, chisel little by little as we grow a $100 bankroll into a $100,000 bankroll. Is it going to take us quite some time? Yes. But is it impossible? No. Just reviewing yesterday. So yesterday I tested a theory, a superstition theory, if you will, that the sports betting gods will not let us do 2 hits, runs, RBIs play in the same episode. Yesterday was our first time doing 2 and 1, I believe. And no, wait, the day before that was the day before. Monday was the first day. We only hit 1, so I tested the theory on Tuesday, and we only hit 1. If you didn't pay attention to this game, Baltimore, the AI was correct in the sense that the Baltimore Bats are going to light up the New York Mets. So the AI was correct in projecting that because they went on for 9 runs. Every single bat, including the pinch hitters for Baltimore, covered a 0.5 hits, runs, RBI line. All of them, except for gosh dang Jackson Holliday. So, again, the AI was right that the bats are going to light it up. They just did not. Just Jackson had a horrible, horrible day. He only struck out once, though, I think. So he got bat on ball a lot of the times. He just couldn't put it in play to get safe on base. So, that being said, today we're going to play around with a few different theories. We're trying to find what the sports betting gods will let us succeed with. We're trying to find something that appeases them, so we're not getting 1-1 and having those wash days anymore. So I have pulled up here on the screen strikeouts. Before, some quick housekeeping things. If you don't have the app yet, download the app. I've mentioned this on almost every single episode. This is an education show. It's education, which means you watch this, you seep into your pores the education that I am preaching to you. So no matter what happens with the picks I say, you win because you're gaining intel, you're gaining information, you're gaining education, some knowledge. So when you go to PlayerProps.ai on your own, you pull up the app on your phone when you're not watching a video, you know exactly how your brain should be looking at things to find winning plays on your own. Because we had a lot of people in our Discord that won hits, runs, RBI plays, of course not including the Jackson Holliday one that we featured again yesterday, but things that I never even mentioned on show because I've taught them how to use it, and they're using it and they're winning with it, which is what you should be doing. So even if we go 0-2 today, you still have won because you've gained knowledge, and now you know how to use the app on your own to help you win. And if the app did not help you win more than you lose, we would have an insane amount of people signed up for it right now. And then there's thousands of testimonials in the Discord you can look at as well if you want to back that up. So real quick, all I did right now is I just peeped strikeouts to see if there's any what's the word I'm looking for? Trifectas, and the only one for both DraftKings and FanDuel is Kyle Gibson, and he's hit this line easily in his last 3 games. He's versus Milwaukee. Let me see what Milwaukee's strikeout rate is. So I'm going to see if I'm in love with this before we go to hits, runs, RBI. But the thing is, so I know I mentioned yesterday that I was going to test the superstition theory if the sports betting gods will let us do 2. But even if we did a strikeout play, which I believe the top strikeout play yesterday won anyway, if we did a strikeout play and we did 1 hits, runs, RBI play, it was still going to be Jackson Holliday regardless. So it would have still been a 1-1 day. So maybe the theory is, which somebody said in the Discord as well, talking about superstition, the theory might actually be that we can't have the same cover guy or cover athlete back-to-back days, which I think this is the first time we had that happen. Because we've normally done strikeouts and pitchers don't pitch back-to-back days. So what I'm doing right here real quick is I'm checking out the Milwaukee Okay, so Milwaukee's kind of in the middle over the course of the season in strikeout rate. They're number 7 recently, so they don't really strike out that recent, but Kyle Gibson has done really well with strikeouts here. So we're going to put that in our back pocket. Let's flip over to some hits, runs, RBIs. So something I noticed as well for yesterday is Jackson Holliday, because he's a super new rookie. He hasn't had a lot of experience versus the MLB pitchers, so he didn't have any BVP. The person that we played as our second play, David Peralta, San Diego Padres, he had 100% BVP and he hit his line. So maybe we actually need to start focusing on, do they have a lot or not? So I mean, if we're just scrolling down and we're like, okay, what's the person with the highest difference with 100% BVP? It's Josh Rojas here. But like, I mean, his recency, I just don't like at all. Yeah, look at this. Like, this guy is not consistent. And if we keep scrolling below that, we go to Max Schumann, who we've played twice, and I think he's hit both times, because over the course of the season, like, he gets on base. So 65% of the time. But again, recency, not been that sexy. But he hasn't really had those crazy. Yeah, I mean, at the end of last month, he had 4 in a row he missed, but he hasn't really had anything more than a back-to-back off day. But still, like, that's not as consistent as we like to see. Next 100% play, also, like, if I can find 100% here and like both green here, even if they're just like 60%. So once we get down to where it's actually nice, we have the 1.5 lines. Yeah. So Trey Turner and Jose Ramirez have 1.5 lines, which means they, of course, they have to get a collective amount of 2 hits or plus runs plus RBI. So if they get 1 hit, and if they're hit like it's a RBI single, then that counts. If they just get 2 hits and they get no runs and RBIs, that counts. But he's got 85%. 85% of the games he's versus this pitcher, he's covered at 1.5 line. He had a nice streak here before he didn't get anything yesterday. Yeah, like his games of only having 0 in the last 20, he's only had those 1 game, and then the next game he either hit or he got at least one, which is halfway there. And then he's kind of went off here recently. He's been heating up. A 7, a 6, a 2. He had a 4-game stint against Washington. He covered this every single game. Now he's versing Atlanta, but again, 85% of the games he's versed against this pitcher, he's covered this line. So is this the first time that we do 1.5 plays? I don't know. So right here we just sort by, okay, who's got the 100% BVP? And I'm just scrolling through the difference. Do we find anybody? Like, I don't really like, no, I don't like that. Yeah, so just scrolling through, looking at the past stuff, I think, where are we at with those 2 guys? Okay, Trey Turner, Jose Ramirez. We already look at Trey Turner. Jose Ramirez, he had back-to-back games where he didn't hit this, and he had 3 yesterday. He had a streak of hitting this a lot. So yeah, this guy, again, 62% of the season, he's hit 1.5. He's pretty consistent on this. These guys are really good hitters. So I think what we're going to do here, I know that we tested the theory yesterday, the superstition of doing 2 hits, runs, RBIs plays. But even if we did 1 strikeout and 1 hits, runs, RBI play, it would have been Jackson and it would have went 1-1 anyway. So maybe the superstition of what the betting gods don't want us to do is have the same cover athlete. So we're going to try this one more time of doing 2 hits, runs, RBI plays in a single episode. But again, as I've mentioned a million times, even at the beginning of this episode, this is educational based. Even if these go 0 for 2, you still learn how to use the tool to find winning plays. That's why you don't see a lot of our VIP members in the comment section of the YouTube videos, because they're focusing on applying the knowledge they've already obtained from watching at least a few of these. If you've seen at least 3 of these shows, if you've watched at least 3 of these shows, that is enough knowledge for you to start using the app on your own. I would say 1 is, but for everybody, 3 is a good number. But right now, as of the second, what we're looking at, based on all the numbers I'm seeing, Trey Turner 1.5 and Jose Ramirez 1.5. Yeah. That's what we're doing today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going 2 hits, runs, RBIs again, but we're not having the same cover athlete back-to-back days, and that's why I believe this is going to go 2-0. So as I mentioned in the previous shows the week, I'm taking my nephew on a 21st birthday cruise tomorrow. So you're not going to see these kind of shows Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But if you saw what I did on the weekend, where I just pulled up a screenshot and I turned that into a video and I posted that everywhere. I mean, it's on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook Reel, Instagram Reel, Reddit, Twitter, all of my social media channels. That video pops up, so you'll still have something to look at. But again, you have to apply yourself if you're taking sports betting seriously. You have to pull up the app when you're not watching the show, and you have to apply the knowledge that you have obtained. If you aren't seeping in the knowledge, you are not applying yourself, and if you lose, that is your fault. So, we'll see you guys on this kind of show. I think the next time we'd probably do this is Monday of next week, after we get back from the birthday cruise. But regardless, I hope everybody hits everything they put in. Just make sure that you're betting intelligently and not doing lotto pick parlays and blowing your bankroll for no reason at all. Good luck, guys.